Capricorn, end of February. Let's see how you're doing. Go with the flow. Let things happen. Why would that be your first card? You just need to ride on the winged catfish in the moonlight. Somewhat appropriate for a Capricorn. Sometimes Capricorns are so intent on being success. Sometimes you just gotta let your hair down and ride the waves in the moonlight. Capricorn, how was Valentine's Day? Well, I grabbed the rest of your cards. I was busy. I had a big Valentine's Day week, and so unfortunately, it kept me from giving you the heads up of what was going to happen, but I hope it was really, really wonderful and beautiful. Okay, now that all your cards are out, let's take a looky look, but what we do know is you need to just let your hair down, go with the flow, let things happen. You've got interesting. The first cards that came out are the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. That's interesting. And then the Princess of Swords. Really interesting. Four of Swords. The Emperor. Okay, so let's start here. Something really good is going on for you. Earth and air. Air and fire. Earth and air. Wow, there's amazing chemistry that's going on here for you, and you're really shining. You're really, really standing out. It's kind of like, okay. You've been working with your guardian angels or your guardians or your ancestors because they're all right here. And if you don't know that, they're right there. I think you've been working with them. If not, they've been working for you because you've been shielded. You've been protected. You have been led. You've been guided. This may be actually a type of father figure or a grandfather or an uncle, but like more of a masculine type of personality. Now that does not mean male, however it does. However, like in a type of divination called cardology, my card is the most masculine type of card. Okay, so, and I'm obviously not a man, but I just want to let you know that it's you've been I think that you've been guided and you've been protected from great forces, and because of this, you have really been able to step into yourself. And through this, you're realizing how much strength you have within you. Capricorn, I didn't even know you were spiritual. It's like you have literally come into partnership with this. Like you are embracing the ether. I see you just as, you know what? You work so hard, okay? And it's like, I think that it's like, hey, go with the flow. You're a spiritual being living in a spiritual world. Pull in your ancestors, pull in your spirit guides, pull in your guardians, you know, whether they are whatever demons, guardian angels. It could be a familiar, you know, maybe you've been given a familiar, but I really see as if you've been guided. And I think that you're realizing it, and if not, then this is your confirmation that you have. This is what has brought you a lot of peace and rest. This is a very protective energy to it. That's the word. When I say masculine, I want you to think of protective. There's a very, very, very protective energy around you. And it is working very hard. It is very, very loyal in protecting you and guiding you and keeping you safe. It is like on you. It is oh my gosh, I'm just looking at this and it's like Jupiter and Capricorn right here on this card. This is like Saturn is the sword and Jupiter is the shield, and it's like protecting you. Holy smolies, I'm getting goosebumps. This is guiding you and helping you, and you're transforming because of this. Capricorn and Aquarius on this. You know, this is I love when people start to utilize this spiritual realm right here. It's magic. It really is. It's like, that's when you realize you can do, like, it's just mind-blowing. It completely changes somebody. And I think that if you do not know that that's what's going on around you, for those of you who are denying this, that's ridiculous. This actually keeps you from despair. You can consult the spirits and your guardians about anything. You can ask them questions. This world is for you to live your life and call the shots. Ask for help. What is your thing? I think it's a nature thing. There's just a lot of air and earth in this reading, and I just feel like literally you could there's just a lot of Jupiter. There's just a lot of the great, you know, the shield. Kipper, tell us what does Capricorn need to know about their guardians? Or what are their guardians trying to tell them? You have a community. What did I tell you? Okay, look at this. I said, I feel like it's a masculine feeling. Okay, see this? This is like, oh, community. Look in the far back at those ghost-like type men, masculine energy that's like always got their eyes. This could also mean that you have two things. This could also mean that you have a community of ancestors, angels, like guardians that are there. They're like, we've always been here. And maybe they're kind of loud, trying to get your attention. There's like some quiet ones in the back, and then maybe these guys are like trying to get your attention. For a very small percentage of you, it's very possible that you've recently lost a family. Very small percentage of you. And just a little bit of what this very small percentage of you, it could possibly be that you lost a unit, like maybe 3 people, maybe like something terrible, like, you know, like more than one crossing over, and kind of like a fatality type situation, because normally you wouldn't have several people pass at once, that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and if that is so, their elders were there to greet them. Very small percentage of you, but just know that. Also, it could be that they aren't wanting to actually, they're not going to leave until you understand this. Maybe that's why they're a little noisy. What is the message in all of this for Capricorn? Kipper, what is the message? Kipper, what do these... I need to clarify this. Okay, Kipper, I need to know what 37 and 13, what that stands for. This could be that your angels, that your ancestors have watched who you've become. And maybe you didn't start out on the greatest path. Maybe you didn't have a lot of favor. Maybe you were brought up more on the harder side of tracks, or I don't want to say the wrong side of tracks, but maybe you really pulled yourself out of poverty, or you know, just maybe you're the first person. Maybe your family was just really suffered financially. Maybe you were alone a lot, and I think that the message, yeah. I already got the message. The cards confirmed it. Is that basically these spirits and these guides and these ancestors and whoever this is that has been around you, and I think that there's more than 2 definitely, but there's a definite masculine influence of solid ass protection that's been protecting you from this phase. When you were younger, they've always been there. And now, if this is not you at the moment, this is where you're headed. You have really grown and become something. And your future, I'm so sorry, that dog. Get over here, Truffles. Your future is, you win, baby. Maybe you're a lawyer. Maybe you're a judge. Maybe these angels and these spirits have been helping you to win a case, or for some of you, your guides are like, go with the flow, let things happen, because if you chill, then they can step in and make the magic. And maybe they've been doing that your whole life. Okay. Protector. You're protected. Capricorn, the only thing that you need to know about this entire reading is, once again, you have been protected. Look around you. Quit ignoring the lights flickering. Quit ignoring the dog barking at random shit in the room and you're like, why does he do that? Because the dog can freaking smell your uncle. So this is no joke. This is a true story, okay? Is that I smelled cigarette smoke for like a year. And I used to smoke a really long time ago, but I quit smoking years ago. And since then, it's like I got a new car, you know, and all this kind of stuff like that. So years after I stopped smoking and not even have been around anybody that smokes and not even, my red, and not even buying a brand new car that nobody else has ever owned or anything like that, had like 4 miles on it or something, I would smell cigarette smoke in it. And this went on for a close to a year, to the point that when I started dating somebody, they were like, did you smoke in here? And I'm like, no, but you can smell that? He's like, I was like, wow, that means I'm not crazy, right? And I know that smelling smoke can mean that, you know, you have guardians, like maybe demons that are like, call on us, we're here, you know, or whatever. But I was like, you know, my grandparents, they used to smoke Winston's, you know, Winston cigarettes. And I just couldn't help but think for, you know, close to a year, like, I wonder if that's my grandparents, you know, or my grandfather. And I just had this, I just always kind of went back to it, but I didn't think a lot of it. And I work a lot with spirit guides and just spirituality and things like that. And it was a really profound, I had this really big moment coming up in my life, okay, really, really big, and nobody knew about it. Just a very little bitty group of people, like 4 people, okay, and this is huge. I didn't tell anybody. Well, anyways, the very early morning of this very big day was when I saw my grandparents in my living room. First time ever that I have ever seen anything like that. I'm gonna have to go let this dog out. But here's the thing, is that it was like I was getting these little bitty nudges. Hold on 1 second. Okay, focus on that protector. Are you trying to get outside? Okay. So anyways, and this was the message. I did not hear this message audibly. I saw them, okay? And I'm going to tell you what, is that this is a crazy experience, okay? But I feel like this is something that you are going through or whatever. But it's like I saw them doing what they normally do. Like my grandmother was doing a crossword puzzle on my couch. My grandfather had like a rag over his shoulder, you know, because he always had a rag over his shoulder because my grandmother always kept the house too warm for him. And they weren't doing anything profound. They were just doing like what they do. Like he was standing there like waiting for his next order and she was, you know, doing her crossword puzzle. But this is the message that I got. It's always been us. We've always been here. You're right about Truffles, who's my dog that I just let out. They loved what I was about to do, this big day that was coming, okay? They were so proud of me and the decisions I've made. But this is, so anywho. Okay, so you are, you're an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. You are the white stag, the protector. And remember I said nature? Like nature, where was it that I saw? Oh, right here. feel like you're being guided, and it may be through, I don't know what I said actually, but I remember looking at the wings of the butterfly and thinking like transformation for one. You're aware of your spirit, it's guiding you. Nature could be a big symbol. I don't know, maybe like every time you see a white stag deer or something with horns, maybe like that's your the way that you think of them. If you think that you have ancestors around you, you do. Capricorn. Okay, I know it's 20 minutes, so I'm going to let you go. They're proud of you. Call on them, talk to them. Your angels, your guides are around you. You've got a community around you. For a small percentage of you, if you've lost a community, those protectors of yours were there to help them. Wow, Capricorn, if this resonates, makes any kind of sense to you, I would love to know, because that really helps my readings. My readings are not traditional readings. They're not, they kind of lie on a little different. They're not going to resonate with a lot of people. So any type of affirmation that this means something to you would mean something to me, because I'm trying to find more time to just spread the word and the love and the encouragement on a platform for people who aren't comfortable either going and speaking with somebody or the means, you know. So anyways, any way that I can encourage you, I want to be able to, and the way that I know that is just by you letting me know. Capricorn, I will be back soon. So we can talk about the beginning of March, you beautiful creature, which Capricorn is, as some spiritual people say, are beautiful, the most beautiful astrological sign. Her darn heart is working, that's for sure. All right, be proud of yourself.